it's Jessica from the Boys and Girls Club. Today we're going to be working on another activity, and today's activity is called Self-Love Origami Envelopes. So at the end of our activity, it's going to look something like this, and on the inside of this envelope, we're going to write messages to ourselves, just basically talking about things that we're proud of and things that we like about ourselves. So to do this activity, you're going to need a piece of paper and anything to write with. So it could be pencils, pencil crayons, markers, crayons, anything to kind of decorate your envelope. Okay, so when we make our self-love origami envelope, we're going to be doing it in a few different stages. So we'll work on half of our envelope, and then once we finished half of our envelope, we're going to turn it over and start writing down our message on the inside. And our message is just going to be a little note to ourselves talking about 3 things that we think make us special. And then once you've finished making your message on the inside, we're going to finish our envelope, and that will just kind of close our message inside of our envelope so that you can open it and show it to yourself, or maybe share it with a friend or family member whenever you want to kind of reflect and think back on something that you think makes you special. So the very first step for our envelope is we're going to have our sheet of paper lying on our desks or tables in front of us like this. We're going to have the long side kind of going out towards the sides, and then the shorter side of the paper going from the top to the bottom of the desk. And so with our sheet like this, our first fold is going to be a hot dog fold. So we're going to take the top of our page and bring it down to the bottom, making sure that the top lines up with the bottom so that our page folds nice and evenly in half. Once we have our sheet lined up, we're going to crease it in the middle. Make sure you really push down when you're folding it so that it just makes it a little bit easier when you're opening your envelope. So now that we have our paper folded like a hot dog, we're going to open it back up, and we'll see our nice 2 even sections. So our next step is to bring all 4 corners in towards the middle fold. So I'll show you how to do that. We're going to take the top left corner first and bring that down, making sure that our whole corner lines up evenly with the middle fold that we made. And we're going to push down hard on our folds. Then we're going to do the same thing with the remaining 3 corners. So we're going to take the corner of our page, bring it right up to the middle fold, and then push it down. And just straighten it out. And then we'll do that again with this side. So bringing our top corner down, lining it up with our middle fold, pushing down when we fold our corner. And then our last corner, we're going to bring that up to the middle, making sure it's nice and straight, and we'll push down on our crease. So now that we have our 4 corners folded in, we're going to take the top of our sheet of paper, and we're going to bring this side of the paper down into this middle fold. Take it down, make sure it's nice and straight with that middle fold, and then we'll make a crease, pushing down hard on the crease. And then we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. So we're going to bring this bottom piece up towards the middle. Okay, and so now that we have our shape with these kind of little points sticking out, we're going to fold these points in so that our envelope turns more into a rectangle shape. So we'll start with the left side. So we're bringing the tip of the left side in towards this little corner that we've created. So we bring this over. And we fold that in. So this corner is lined up nicely with this side, and then it comes to a point right there. So we're going to do the same thing again on the other side of our envelope. So we take the corner and we fold it in. Okay, so now our envelope is more of a rectangle shape. That's perfect. That's just what we want it to look like for now. So we'll finish up the folding in a little bit, but for now we can turn our envelopes over and we'll have the long side kind of going from the top of the desk to the bottom, and then the shorter side going from one side to the other. And so this rectangle that we're looking at now is where we are going to write down our message to ourselves. And in our message, we're writing down what makes us special. So at the very top of our envelope or our sheet of paper, we're going to write what makes me special is. So now that we have that sentence written, what makes me special is, we're going to start to brainstorm and think about 3 things that we think are special about us, or 3 things that we really like about ourselves that we want to write down so that we can always remember that those are some things that make us special. So for me, one of the things that I'm going to write down is that I am kind, because I think that's something that makes me special. I'm kind, I'm very nice to people that I meet. Another thing that I think makes me special is that I am a good friend. And then third thing is that I think that I am smart, and I think that that makes me special, and I'm proud of that. So I'm going to write down I am smart. So when you're writing down things that make you special, you could think of different things that you're maybe good at, maybe different things that your friends would describe you as being good at. Maybe it could be things that you're proud of, like maybe you're proud to be someone who's good at knitting. Or maybe you can speak another language, and if you can speak another language, maybe that makes you special because, you know, you can maybe help translate for someone when you're older, or that's something that you can kind of show your friends. You can be proud of that. So there are all kinds of different things that you could think of that make you special. Some of them might be similar to mine, but maybe you'll come up with all kinds of different reasons of why you might be special. And so now that we have our message written on the inside, you can decorate it if you like. You could maybe go over the letters if you want, or just do some little decorations. For me, I'm going to draw a heart because these are all things that I love about myself. Actually, I'm going to do 3 hearts. And then I'm just going to color them in. So I have some pencil crayons. You could use pencil crayons, you could use crayons, markers if you want, or you don't even have to color it. You could just kind of do whatever you think would make your message look nice to you. You could also do just kind of different images. Maybe like if you wrote down that you were a really good soccer player, you could draw a picture of a soccer ball, for example. Or if you're a good knitter, you could draw a picture of a ball of yarn. Or you could do hearts too. Whatever you want to add to your message. And so now that we have our message to ourselves filled in, we're going to finish folding our envelope. So the first thing we're going to do, it's a little bit tricky now. If we grab our sheet of paper and kind of just start to fold it towards us, it'll kind of automatically start to fold on its own. But what you want to do is make sure that this kind of triangle piece that we folded earlier is at the top of your page. And from the folds that you did earlier, it'll kind of automatically fold down like that, but you're just going to want to push it down again just to make sure it's nice and straight. And then we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. So we're going to fold this bottom piece up towards the top. And then we're going to push down. And then our last step for the envelope. So in the back of the envelope, so this first fold that we did, beside our triangle, there are two smaller triangles with little flaps that kind of lift up. So we're going to be tucking this part of our envelope into these flaps. So you just want to make sure that those flaps are kind of standing up nice. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take one corner and tuck it under the flap. And then you're going to take your other corner, so this corner here, and tuck it under that flap. And you'll push it right in. It might be a little tricky to push it in the first time, but if your envelope looks like this, you're good to go. And then just push down on the creases one more time. And so I know this isn't maybe what a typical envelope looks like, but this is what our origami envelope looks like. And the part that kind of makes it a cool envelope is this little flap here. So this flap is what you're going to be pulling out to kind of reveal your message. So you can just hold your envelope, pull that flap, give it a little bit of a tug, and then our message will kind of be revealed when we open up our envelope like that. So then once again, to close it, you pull the top down, you lift the bottom up, and then you tuck this corner into this flap, and then this corner into this flap. And this is our self-love origami envelope. You can also write a little message to yourself here. So you could write pull, just so that you remember that you're going to pull this flap down to show your message. And then you could also decorate the front if you want. So you could do more hearts. You could put some stars if you want, a smiley face, kind of whatever you want to make your envelope unique to you. So once you've done your envelope, if you want to share it with us, that would be awesome. You know, we always want to see the work that you did at Boys and Girls Club, and we'd love to kind of know more about what makes you, you.